Hello, everyone, and welcome to another exciting episode of Two Guys Talk About. My name is Jared, and I am one of your hosts. And my other host at the moment is Matthew, who is actually showing his screen at the moment. So can you
There we
drop
go.
back to you, sir? There you
Hello,
are.
everyone.
There he
I'm
is.
Matthew. I'm the other
Matthew.
host.
uh, so I'm an Australian. Matthew is an American, and
Yep,
don't hold that against either of us.
it's true. Sorry.
That's okay. So I'm broadcasting from Brisbane in Australia,
hmm
and Matthew is broadcasting from where are you from, Matthew?
Austin, Texas, the best country in the world.
Texas is, yeah,
Yes. Yes.
sure, that's fine. So what Matthew and I usually do is just before an upcoming announcement from Apple, we get together and have a little bit of a chat about what we can expect to see or be announced at said event. So the event is how far away is the event, sir? You had that up a
Let,
second
let,
ago.
let, let's check in with the official counter. This
There it
is
is.
Apple's homepage. 15 hours, 37 minutes, and 25 seconds approximately. So tomorrow at noon my time, some really early time in the morning for Jared,
Hmm.
um, Tim Cook is going to take the stage and tell the world about everything. um,
Yeah. Well, this is interesting announcement. It's probably the most hyped announcement I've ever seen from Apple. Well, as far as I've been a fan of Apple, I know that they've done it in the past, but not for. They reckon the iMac, was sort of, or even the iPhone, but I don't even remember Apple pushing that much and advertising as much as they're advertising now for this event. It's kind of
I
it's kind of different.
Yeah, I can't remember an entire a time that Apple took over their entire homepage. Their entire homepage. This is if you go to apple.com, this is all you see. That that to me says something pretty significant about Apple's plans. Um, Apple's going to do something really interesting tomorrow. And we can talk about that if you want.
No. Yeah.
um,
Well, basically, that's what we're here to talk about. What we're
right.
expecting to see, any predictions, all that kind of stuff. We've done these podcasts in the past, and we've waffled on for an hour and a half. We're not going to do that today. This is a prediction show. Maybe our next show, when we actually talk about what is been announced, we'll go for a little bit longer. But this one, we're going to keep pretty short. Besides the fact I have to go pick up my fixed car, so that's fun.
Yes, and I've got to go to bed. So short.
Yes.
I've got work tomorrow morning, so I've got to go to bed at some point. So I don't even know if I'm going to be able to watch live because I've got work tomorrow and we're going to be busy. I'm going to try to find a quiet place at work, but I'm kind of the boss, and so if something pops up, I've got to leave the room. And so, what about you? Are you going to wake up at way too early o'clock in the morning and watch live?
Yeah. So basically, it's on at 3 a.m. here, our time. We're kind of used to it. I've been doing that for a few years now, so
hmm
hasn't been too bad. I get up usually. I've got a couple other friends besides Matthew that I chat to during the event. One of my friends, I won't say his name, but he is actually an employee of Apple. He'll be up at 3 a.m. too.
hmm
Not that he knows anything. He knows exactly what we know, so which is from the
Yeah.
website. So,
Right.
um,
Right. Wink, wink.
right,
So,
yeah. Anyway, so what have we heard so far? We've got we definitely know it's going to be a new iPhone, and I'm like 100% positive of that. And the rumors are there'll be two different sizes announced.
yeah, so all the rumors have it pegged at 4.7 inches and 5.5 inches. Compare that to the current iPhone 5, which is 4 inches. So you go from 4 inches to 4.7 inches. That's quite a big leap. Compare that to, what was it? The iPhone 4S, the iPhone 5 went from 3.5 to 4. So you're actually getting a larger increase than we have before. So, and the rumors have been off and on about when all of these are going to come out. Some are saying that only the 4.7 is coming out 10 days after the event, and that the 5.5 is going to be delayed. The latest rumors say that they're both going to be out 10 days before, or 10 days after the event. So 10 days from tomorrow, that would be the 19th, is when they would be launched, is what all the rumors have it down as.
Yeah, I personally always thought the rumors that where they said that there would be a delay of the 5.5. I didn't see that. I don't think Apple would ever do that. It's not. I think it's in their best interest to delay a phone.
Yeah.
So they're going to be pushing their hardest to get those out.
Absolutely.
Are you going to be upgrading, sir?
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely,
you for the 4.7, is that right?
I don't know. We've had this kind of discussion offline a bit. I definitely want a bigger phone. Android people, blah blah blah, whatever. Apple is behind. Look, we're going to talk a lot about what Apple's going to do, but I definitely think that a large part of the iPhone side of things is catching up to Android. And that's not a bad thing. I see a lot of like the keyboards, which has been announced, the accessibility, which has been announced, a lot of these kind of things, and the larger screen. A lot of this is kind of catching up, but that's not a bad thing. I think that this is good for Apple to be getting into these things, and at the same time, they're definitely Apple always leapfrogs Android. I mean, Android is slow and steady, and then Apple leapfrogs them. Yes, they do plenty of catch-up, but they also come out with revolutionary new things. So, and then they kind of don't do anything for a year, and Android kind of passes them up. And so, this is what they've done for the past 5-6 years. So, sorry, I rambled. Yes, I'm planning on getting a larger phone. I don't know if I want the 4.7 or the 5.5. I think I'm going to have to hold it in my hand and see which one feels better for me. I think I'm leaning towards a 4.7 mostly because of size. I don't know how well a 5.5 is going to fit in my pockets, things like that. Maybe it'll fit fine. I don't know. The other thing is that my current contract isn't up till December, so I don't know what's going to happen with that. I don't know if I'll be able to upgrade until December, or if I'm going to have to buy out, or if I might change carriers. And some carriers in America are saying they're going to, they'll pay your early termination fee if you go to them. So I might do something like that. But we'll definitely see what happens. But I'm definitely going to upgrade because I have a 5, so I'm at the end of my 2-year cycle. What about you?
I'm definitely leaning more towards the 5.5 inch. Couple of reasons. I like the bigger screen. I've got an iPad Mini, and I really like it. Obviously, it's too big to be a phone. What's it, 7 inches? But
don't ever tell an Android person that, because they would disagree with you.
Yeah, that's right.
There are plenty of Android phones that are that big.
They have phones that big, and I think that's probably pushing it. I think 5.5 is sort of the limit you want to go for a phone. I don't think you'd want to go anything bigger. One thing that I've wanted for a while now is the ability for your phone, the iPhone, to run in landscape mode. Like an iPad. iPad, you can turn it around in whatever direction, whatever way you want, and the screen will follow you. And I've always thought, well, okay, that won't work on an iPhone 5. I understand that. The screen's too small. But the rumor that came out yesterday is the possibility that the 5.5 will actually have landscape viewing whenever you want. And for me, I think that was really important for one reason only. And the way that in my car, for some reason, that when the manufacturer made my car, they decided they want to put the speedometer, the speedo, in the center of the car instead of in front of you. It was a bit of a fad a few 10 years ago or whatever to do that. So they've done that, and I actually dislike it. It's the one thing I don't like about my car. So what I've been doing is I have a little in front of the steering wheel is a little air vent for your air conditioning to come out of, and I've got a mount for my phone that goes onto there, and I've actually been able to mount my. I should probably actually change camera to me.
Oh, hi.
Yeah. So what I've done is I've had my phone, and I've mounted it in front of me, so that, and I have a special speedo app that tells me how fast I'm going. It also tracks my, it tells me how fast the speed limit of the street I'm on. It gives me warnings if there's an incident around, like an accident or anything like that. And it also has a trip logging, so it will tell me how far I've gone. And because I run my own business, this is important. I can actually keep a trip log for my car for tax purposes next year. But I have to run the way it fits into my car is I have to run my phone horizontally, which is fine for the app. It works in the app, but as soon as I leave the app, everything is sideways. So for me, I want my phone to be able to go sideways as well. That's pretty much the only reason why I want the landscape mode. But for me, it's important, and I think that's good enough there. There's apparently going to be a few more features in the 5.5 that are not in the 4.7. Obviously, we won't know until tomorrow, but that's the rumor. So we'll see how we go with that.
Well, and the other rumor is, what if the larger one is more expensive? Which makes sense that you would pay more for a larger one. So would you pay more for a larger one? I don't.
Absolutely.
That's a lot better, by the way.
That sounds better.
Yes.
I just got an iMessage from Matthew going, I'm not convinced the microphone is the one in front of me. Obviously, it's coming from my. It was coming from the speaker in my Mac, not
that sounds
from
a lot
my
better.
Microphone. But now I've changed it. Sorry, what were you saying?
No. Would you pay more for the 5.5? How much more would you pay for the 5.5 as compared to the 4.7?
Okay, we've got to bear in one thing in mind here in Australia is we never pay up front for our phones. We always pay $0 up front, and then you pay that phone off. So I guess it's similar to you in some ways. Like if you're paying $400 up front for your phone, we probably pay the $400, but they cut that down into smaller payments that you pay each month with your contract, which to me makes more sense.
More and more U.S. carriers are doing weird things like that. They're trying different ways of doing billing. So we might go that way eventually. But yeah, right now we pay a $400 or $200 or whatever up front, and and that's subsidized, so that part of that is covered through your bill and part of it's covered up front.
Exactly. So we don't have to worry about that. So
how much more would you pay per month?
We won't know. We won't know until they announce the plans. But okay, so currently on my iPhone 5, I think I'm paying an extra about $10 a month on top of my plan, and my plan is $70 a month plus the $10 for the phone, so about $80 a month. I'd probably be willing to pay up to $100 a month, I guess.
Yeah, that's about what I'm paying. But I already prepaid for my phone, so...
Yeah, so if we prepay for a phone, we can get plans that are a lot cheaper.
Yeah. Which is why I was saying I'm looking at going to different carriers, because here we have some very strong monopolies, and they just charge out the wazoo for ridiculousness, and so I'm looking to go to one of the more, not even regional carriers, but just... trendy carriers might be a better word for it.
Like T-Mobile or something like that?
Yeah, T-Mobile. My brother tried T-Mobile. He didn't like their coverage. But then again, all of these smaller. But I live in a big city, so no matter where I go, they're going to have a strong connection. Yeah, my bill actually went down recently. I changed plans and went down, so now I'm paying $72.26 a month. After taxes and everything, that's my final bill, $72. Yep. So.
Yeah. See, the thing with the plans over here is, I get 500 dollars worth of phone calls every month and worth of text message, like free text messaging and stuff like that. But I mainly use data, so I really wish the players were more data centric as opposed to phone call centric. So I'm actually on about 4 gig a month, and I probably use between 3 and 4 every month. But I probably use about maybe $50 worth of phone calls, so that it's kind of wasted on me. I wish it was more data. I reckon they really need to do that, but they won't because data costs them more apparently. I don't know.
Yeah, they would like for you to think that. So anyway, so that's iPhone 6 rumors. There have been lots and lots of pictures leaked online. You can find hundreds of pictures of the shell and the case, and now there's even videos of people using it. Yeah. Well, reported. I mean, rumors, but and the vast majority of these are coming from basically Chinese plants where they make the phones. People have their, they're making them, and they just sneak one out or sneak a picture or something. And I was listening to This Week in Tech, and they were saying, go back 2 years ago when the iPhone 4 leaked. No, that would have been 4 years ago.
4 years ago. Wow.
4 years ago when Gizmodo got the stolen iPhone 4, and how big of news it was that they had a picture, and they had hands-on beforehand, and now we're just used to it that you get basically the full design of the phone beforehand. And I don't know, Apple is so good at controlling what they control. So the software they keep extremely secret because they control it. They have that control. But the hardware, they have to give it out before the event, and they can't control that. And and it seems like it's gotten worse and worse and worse. And I wonder if they're okay with that, or if they are trying anything about that.
I'm two minds about it. One thing, you sort of in the back of your mind, you hope that what you're seeing is actually. Not saying that I find that what they leaked it to be ugly or anything. It's just that you hope to be surprised. You like Apple comes out and says, you go, "Hi, you saw all these phones, but it actually looks like this." That's one thing. The other thing is, wow, does it like at the moment these leaks build anticipation and man, they get so much press from these leaks. They don't have to pre-announce anything because all the fans pre-announce it for them. In some ways. Now, the one thing we haven't seen, of course, and not that I'm going to jump onto this topic, is the rumored watch. We haven't got a clue what that looks like or anything like that. So,
well, there was one leak that came out 2 days ago that supposedly there's pictures of the casings and stuff, but again, But then again, so do we want to go there? Or do we want to keep talking about the iPhone?
We'll stay on the phone for a little bit longer. So a couple other things we obviously are rumored is one thing which is I think everyone's excited about will be finally we get NFC.
NFC is the other rumor that came out about 2 weeks ago. It's a recent rumor.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, I think it was sort of anticipated that it was going to finally come. Mm-hmm. And it appears that Apple are really going to push the whole payment sort of thing, and I think that's fantastic. I got actually I don't have it on my phone anymore, but I used to have this. Sorry, I'm not gonna do some copyright thing here and show up Mario because that's my case. But I used to actually have because there's no NFC in these phones. What my bank did is because they had NFC in a couple of the Samsung phones, you're able to do the touch and pass. I think I don't know what they call it in America, but we have what we call PayPass in Australia, which is MasterCard, and PayWave, which is Visa, and it's touchless paying. So you just walk up to the little machine, and when you want to pay for something, you just hold your card over the top of it, and it direct debits from your phone. From your card. And so Samsung phones, a couple of Samsung phones had that inbuilt, and so they could actually just hold their phone up and do that. So what they did for iPhones is you actually could get this little sticker, and it was a real hard sticker, and it's stuck on the back of your phone, and you could actually switch it on and off in the app for your bank, and it was basically the same as your credit card or your debit card or whatever you're using. Mm-hmm. And you could just hold your phone over the thing to pay for whatever you want. And they're widespread now in Australia, so pretty much everywhere you're going to go has the little touchless contactless payment systems. So
In
if
America,
they have that,
I was gonna say in America, it's still pretty unusual to find that kind of. There are some that do it, but it's really not popular. It's really not active. So and that's one of the maybe Apple's been waiting. Maybe this will push America into it, so that it'll happen more.
Yeah, I think it's definitely the way of the future. I mean, there's obviously everyone's a little bit cautious of it because there's security concerns and stuff like that. But the banks are saying that they'll cover any fraudulent. Oh, the credit card company's saying they'll cover any fraudulent activity on that card if it's stolen or anything from you, because you don't have to put a PIN number or anything, but you've got a limit of $100 per transaction. So, if they're not going to be able to buy anything really large with it, and if they do, then you're going to get your money back anyway, as long as it doesn't take too long. So I got no problem with using it. I use it all the time. We've just done away with signatures here in Australia. You can't actually pay for anything with a credit card with a signature. It's all PIN numbers now, or using the contactless payment. So if that's built into the phone, brilliant. I don't have to worry about if I forget my wallet. If I go out down the shops to pick up some groceries and I forget my wallet, it's okay. I have my phone with me. Beep, paid.
Exactly. It'll be great. I think that's a great feature that I'm waiting for.
And plus, obviously with the 5S and whatever the new iPhone's going to be called is, we have the fingerprint sensor, so that's another added security there. You'll actually have to use your fingerprint to activate the NFC chip, which is really good. So what else we saying? Get your finger off the screen.
I shouldn't do that, because now everyone knows my fingerprint and they can get into my. It's like showing your passcode, right? Now they know my fingerprint and they can get into my phone. I don't think it works that way. Well, of course, to me the other exciting thing about the new iPhone is that it's coming with iOS 8, and that'll be. We talked about that a couple months ago, and I'm super excited about that, and the compatibility and the whatchamacallit, what's it called? The talking with the computer?
Siri.
No, the where you talk to the Yosemite.
Continuity.
Thank you. I knew it was in there somewhere.
So I'm actually a lucky person. I actually it looks exactly the same as iOS 7. I have iOS 8, and I'm running Yosemite right now. I'm actually on there. With the public beta, so there's nothing. The iPhone's not a public beta, but the Mac is. So let's. How do we share screens again?
On the left, green button.
Here it is. Whoa, trippy.
Oh wow, yeah, that's pretty. Hi.
So there you go. Yeah, it looks great. I think this is the second public beta. I think they're on about the 4th or 5th developer beta. Honestly, it's a lot more stable than it was in the first beta that we got. So I was getting all these graphical glitches all the time. Things would be, you'd get like your Finder window would be mirrored, like split across the middle, and the bottom and the top would be mirrored like it was looking at a mirror. All these little weird graphical things. I haven't seen that in the latest beta. There's still a couple little things, but mostly it's pretty rock solid. So, but we're not expecting Yosemite till October. So iOS 8 will be the thing. But the continuity thing is actually really cool. If I've actually,
I think it's funny. It says coming this spring. I'm like, no wait, it's coming this fall.
Yeah, I'm on the Australian Apple site. So things like this, I've got here. Here's someone that's asked me to play drums on Saturday. He doesn't have an iPhone, but I'm doing iMessaging with him because he's my Green Bubble friend. Although I don't have his name in my contacts because he's just got a new phone number. But so as you can see there, I'm able to text message directly from my Mac, which is really cool. and I get phone calls. Hi, Matthew says. He just saw that pop up then.
You can reply from within there.
Yo. Phone calls. If someone was to call me right now, you'll actually see it pop up here on the screen.
Ooh, I should
all
do
those
that.
Things. Well, you can only FaceTime me, so
I know.
that always came up. It doesn't matter. Anyway, let me show you something. Let's show everyone some weird stuff. Not weird stuff. That's probably a stupid thing to say. Where we got here? I went up to the beach. Look at that.
That's pretty.
With my Phantom, with my DJI Phantom, took some shots.
That's pretty. So you're expecting Tim Cook to use these photos tomorrow when he's talking about?
Absolutely. That's my car, which is currently at the mechanics getting fixed, but that's my car there. Anyway, that's really off topic. Alright, how do I get back to this thing? There we go. Alright, so so we've got NFC, we've got iOS 8, which the continuity thing is really cool with Mac. What else have we got? Probably a better camera. Hasn't been too much talk about what camera it will be, whether it will jump up bigger megapixels or anything.
Yeah, what they did last time from the 4S to the 5, they kept the camera the same.
But they improved the optics.
They improved some of it, but it was very much the same. Which is not a bad thing. They also compressed it. They talked about how, we went, 2 millimeters thinner or something. So yeah, usually with the big sorry, usually with the big
Put my phone in my pocket. Sorry.
I'm watching Jared. All of a sudden, he just starts doing this.
Sorry, I was leaning. The house was going around a corner, so.
I see. Okay. With the big iPhone update, so like the iPhone 4, iPhone 5, they don't pay as much attention to like the specifics of the camera. They're more concerned about the design of the overall device and the big features, and then with the smaller update the year later, the S's, they update the camera, they update the processor, they update those kind of things. So I'm not expecting a much better camera than the iPhone 5S had, but even if it had the same camera that the iPhone S had, it's still going to be a lot better than the camera that I have.
Yeah, it is better, and you've got that special flash that they have in there, which was the adjusted the color temperature, which is pretty cool.
The dual tone flash.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yes. So, yeah, there's lots of small things like that I'd love to get, and like you said, the fingerprint sensor.
Yeah. Obviously, the bigger battery in the larger phone will also help too.
Yeah, I rarely run out of battery. I mean, maybe once a month am I, trying to find a charger, and I've got a charger by my bed, I've got a charger in my car, I've got a charger on my desk at work, and I keep a charger. I keep several chargers in my backpack. So anywhere I go, I've got power. So I don't worry about it for the most part. There are days where I wish I had a battery backup or something, but for the most part, I don't have a problem with that.
I'm the same. I can't think of what else we've got in the room. Is obviously besides the big screens, the fingerprint. The talk of the rumor is the power button will move to the side, but I think that's more of a necessity if you're going to have a larger phone to have the power button on top. It's a bit hard to reach. The power button, the sleep-wake button as they call it. Yeah, I mean that pretty much sums up what we're going to.
Larger phones may be called iPhone 6, iPhone 6 Plus. What do you think about that?
I hope not.
That is from the Mac Rumors website.
Okay.
That was earlier today, I guess. Yep, earlier today, iPhone 6 Plus.
I'd be happy if it was called the iPhone Air.
Yeah. So again, yeah, both on the 19th. These were the photos of the iPhone Watch or the Apple Watch, iWatch, whatever you want to call it. So anyway, yeah. So can we talk about something more exciting?
Yeah, let's move on to the watch.
So here's my conspiracy.
Which we know even less about.
Yes. Let me get back to me. Here's my conspiracy theory. Apple always has a whenever they send out the invitation, there's always a pun in there. There's always something. There's always a hook. There's always a hidden message, and it's usually a double hidden message. So you look at it and you think one thing that's, and then you anyway. This message. Let's see. This message, the invite says, "Wish we could say more." Yes, it will self-destruct. No, it says, "We wish we could say more." So my conspiracy theory is that the double hidden secret message between the "we wish we could say more." How about I click on that link? That might have a bigger one. We wish we could say more. Is that they wish that they could say more about the iWatch. They're going to talk a little bit about the iWatch, but not as much as they could. That's my secret message. So the whole thing is that the iWatch has been rumored on and off, and we don't know if it's going to be announced now and released later, or announced now and released now, or announced later and released now. That wouldn't work. But so
released now and announced later.
Yes, that would be fun. Everyone's just buying Samsung watches. And wow, this is really nice Samsung watch.
So you just walk into the Apple store, it's just sitting there, and they're like, "Did they even announce this?" No, it's just here. What the?
You can have one.
Whoa.
No, the rumors over the summer were that they weren't going to announce it until later, and then the last couple of weeks, the rumors have been that they're going to announce it tomorrow. So my conspiracy theory is that Tim Cook is going to have his first one more thing, and he's going to announce the Apple wearable device that they're going to announce, whatever that might be.
What if he just blows it out of the park and says, 2 more things?
2 more things.
And everyone just falls off their chairs.
Number 1 is a fruit basket. Fruit basket with apples and it's going to be exquisite. The best apples in the world. No. So I think it's going to be his first one more thing. I think they're going to announce it, but not. I think it's going to be more of a tease than an announce. Yeah. They're going to talk about.
It's going to be like what they did with the Mac Pro. They're going to show a little bit of it and say, I honestly think I reckon some people have been saying next year, but I reckon before Christmas. I reckon Apple's going to want to try and get that out around November. I think you want to get that. You want to get that Christmas sales.
I disagree with you because
you're allowed to.
Well,
just because you're wrong.
Yeah, obviously. I mean, we're American. We're free to have our own opinions. I don't know about you guys. Sorry. Anyway, look what they did with the iPad. Actually, look at what they did with the iPhone. iPhone came out in the spring. iPad came out in the spring originally. Only later did they move those to fall. With a brand new device that has never been used before, do you want every person buying one for Christmas, or do you want to wait a little longer and then get a bunch out so you can have them tested and working well before the first Christmas season? Not only that, but can you ramp up enough? Can you make enough to match that demand that you're going to want to have for the Christmas season? So, I think it's going to come out in the spring. I am completely convinced that it's going to come out in the spring. I'd say 95% that it's going to come out in the spring.
All right. Let's stop using seasons as a description of when things are going to come out.
In about 6 months from now.
Okay, so you're thinking around March, April-ish.
Yes.
All right.
You had the iPhone that came out at that time. I guess it was announced in April and it didn't come out until summer.
The first iPhone?
Yes, the original iPhone.
Okay, the first iPhone was announced in January and it came out in June.
Right. But the iPad was announced in the fall and came out in the spring. It was announced in the September to November timeframe and came out in the March to May timeframe.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, we'll find out anyway. I mean, who knows? Maybe they'll surprise us and say, "Yeah, we're going to have 3 available worldwide in November, and another 2 in December, and maybe some more in January." We'll see what happens.
I'll be right back.
All right. Obviously, Matthew has decided to exit, so he's just left me alone here. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Oh, there he is.
Sorry, my throat was getting very dry, so I grabbed some water because this water bottle's empty.
All right. Okay. Well, I mean, the watch. It'll probably have sensors to monitor your vitals, like your heart rate, stuff like that. It's obviously going to be a real health tool. It's going to do notifications. I mean, I'm thinking. I don't know how much they're going to do talking, unless it's Bluetooth. I mean, it probably will have Bluetooth because it's got to talk to the phone, but talking to a headset. But what's the point in that when you're going to have your phone on you anyway? So why would you make phone calls through your watch?
Right.
Dialing might be okay. Like, you could dial your phone through there if you've got a Bluetooth headset on or something like that. That would make sense. But I don't think they're going to put a microphone. I mean, I guess Siri. You can put Siri in
Siri.
there.
You need a microphone for Siri.
Yeah.
So my brother-in-law, who hates Apple with a passion.
I have one of those.
Yes, I think we all do. He's that brother-in-law.
My brother-in-law actually works for Ubuntu. So how's that?
My brother-in-law works for AMD. So
2 very non-Apple companies.
Actually, there are AMD products in Apple's. You can get video cards, I think.
That's true.
No, video process. Anyway.
Isn't AMD owned by Dell now?
Not that I know of. Anyway, so
someone is.
He asked me the other day. He said, "So what are you looking for in an iWatch?" I said, "I don't know. Apple hasn't told me yet."
Nice.
Sorry. So I said, no, really, the most smart watches that are out there right now, they're in one of 2 camps. Either they're an extension of your phone, or they're a fitness. They're focused on fitness. And I think if Apple's going to do anything, they're going to do both. They're not going to do just an extension of your phone. They're not going to do just a fitness band. They're going to really, mix them together. Because I don't know of an Android or another smartwatch that really bends those 2 together.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, I mean, the whole fitness thing is obviously, that's almost a given because Apple's obviously, they've got the new health kit and the health app, and they've been big into the health stuff for a while now. I think it's great. I like the fact that I could possibly go for a walk using Runkeeper, but not have to take my phone with me and just have my watch, monitor my steps and my distance and all that kind of stuff that has GPS built into it. I think that would be better than having to carry your phone around with you. Mm-hmm. Then again, I listen to music, so I probably have to carry my phone around for that, unless they've got some type of.
Oh, they're gonna have iTunes Music on your watch. They've got to.
Yeah, but I don't think they'll have much storage on there.
But it can stream.
Yeah, but then you still got to carry your phone with you. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I guess we'll find out. But I think it's exciting. I've delayed buying a watch. I really want to watch. but I've delayed buying a watch because I want to see what happens. I
Mhm.
don't want to go out. I bought a. You're really blowing out. Have you changed your lighting?
Sorry. Well, I'm trying to look something up on YouTube. Sorry.
Okay. So yeah, I think that's important. I think that's what they're going to do, and I think that's important to them. And yeah, notifications. I mean, who knows? Well, I guess there's a lot of things that we can do.
Yeah. We will find out what we want tomorrow.
Tomorrow in exactly 15 hours. 15 hours?
Mm-hmm.
There you
14
go.
hours, 58 minutes, and 30 seconds.
Cool. Anything else? I think we've pretty much covered what we're expecting, haven't we?
Yeah, I can't think of anything else except what I was trying to was that Apple has been building.
That big white thing.
Yeah, there we go. I found it now. Let's see, we're going to go there. So this is, Apple's going to have the event at the Flint Center, which is not normally where they have it. It's a much larger place. And they've built this very large white building outside of the Flint Center.
Just double tap on that image to bring it up larger. Not the top one, that one.
This one? I'm double
Are you,
tapping.
are you using your trackpad or are you using a mouse?
No, I'm using my mouse.
Okay. I think it's triple tap then.
There we go.
Oh, great. They're using GarageBand music.
Is that bigger for you? That's probably not bigger, is it?
Yeah, make it full screen.
Oh, now it just slowed down. Anyway, so...
Yeah, we're kind of streaming video here, so playing video while streaming video is not exactly...
Anyway, so this building here... I know what I can do.
The
about
picture
that?
below it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Zoom in.
There we go. So this is the Flint Center, and this is the large white building in front of the Flint Center. You can see how much larger, or how large it is compared to this. This is an auditorium that seats 2,500 people. So
I think it's amazing that Apple are building a whole building just for whatever they're going to show. I mean, that's a lot of money they've spent right there.
So yeah, that's a lot of money. So
I mean, obviously it's a temporary building. They're going to pull it down, but it's just
what
weird.
is in this large building that they need to build out here? Is it simply a demo room? Is it going to be more than a simple demo room? I mean, is it going to be, you know, some people are saying, well, maybe there's an upstairs and they can, you know, have private meeting upstairs with certain people. Or are they trying to show off home automation and they built an entire house inside? That's kind of a wild prediction, but
I like that prediction. I reckon there's going to be some home automation demo. Maybe they've got a couple of cars in there. Maybe they're going to shove some more CarPlay things, but I don't know. Speculation.
yeah,
Ooh, I guess we'll find out. We'll find out in 15 hours.
It's fun speculation. Like this is just, it's one thing to get rumors where you have a picture of a phone. This is just like, we have no idea what they're doing. Let's just completely wildly speculate and come up with some random ideas.
Yeah, that's right.
Very likely it's nothing more than a demo room that the Flint Center didn't have enough space to show off for all these people. And
I reckon so too.
And you know, most people would hire someone to set up a big tent. Well, this is Apple. They're not going to set up a big tent. They're going to
It's big marquee.
yeah. So anyway, that's the big white building.
Interesting. All right. Well, I think we're pretty much covered. Anything else you can think of?
Not that I can think of.
Okay, despite denial from band, U2 still set to perform at Apple event tomorrow. There you go.
So the last 10 minutes of the event is going to be YouTube playing songs.
YouTube, not YouTube. YouTube.
YouTube.
YouTube. Someone's just going to bring up YouTube and play some songs on YouTube.
Using the new iPhone 6, you can browse YouTube. Whoa.
Exactly. We have a new YouTube app we're announcing for Google today.
Right, yeah, good luck with that.
Cool. I'm just going quickly through a couple of the sites just to say.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really want to talk about the whole security thing that iCloud had. It looks like Apple's fixing that anyway, so that's good. Yep. Landscape, we talked about that. iBeacons, we haven't really had iBeacons in Australia yet, but that's good. I mean, that's bad. Yeah, I think that's all the interesting stuff. I've got this iPhone 6 bingo thing here, which tells us what we're going to see. We're going to have some funny moments from Craig Federighi. I think that'll happen.
Mm-hmm. he was the star of the show last time, so
he was. But he is. The only thing is, he's not really hardware. Isn't he part of software? I can't remember.
Oh, now you're gonna make me do research.
It's okay. Well, let's not worry about it. This has probably been talking long enough anyway. So, where can people find you, Sir Matthew?
I'm right here, in my house.
You did that joke last time.
Just
my address
house.
is 623 Kingston Way, Texas, Austin, Texas.
Wow, you should not have given that out on the internet. No, that's not where I live. You can find me on the Twitters. Search for Katana, Katanna. That's me. And that's where they find me. Where will they find you, Jared, besides at your house, which is at 103 Wallaby Way?
Wallaby. Right. Twitter, Jared L. Bell, JaredLBell. You can find me on the Instagrams, JaredBell79, and on Facebook, facebook.com/Jared something. I can't remember what it is. Doesn't matter. Don't find me on Facebook. Follow me on Twitter or Instagram is fine. You'll see some pickies and stuff like that I like to post. I posted some nice pickies from my trip up the coast.
Pickies? Is that what you call them? Pickies?
Sure, why not? Why not?
I'm also on Instagram, but I only follow people. So I think I only follow 2 people.
This is a picky.
Okay. We don't do that here in America.
No one picks their nose in America. Absolutely not.
No one. So, yeah, Twitter,
Instagram, Facebook.
my house. That's pretty much it.
All right, everybody. Thank you very much to anyone that actually bothers to listen to us ramble about nothing. We appreciate it. We love it. We love to hear from you. Comment down below.
Mm-hmm. Is that where it is?
And
I thought you commented above. Oh yeah, money would be nice, but then again, we would have to give out our home address for that too, wouldn't we?
Sure. PayPal. I don't know.
Just send money to PayPal, and they'll know that's for us.
We'll see you in a couple of days when we discuss exactly what we find out tomorrow. Everyone have a great day. See ya.